Welcome to another exciting episode of American Warrior Radio, coming to you since 2009. If you or someone you know has ever worn the uniform of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, or National Guard or Reserves, you've come to the right place, American Warrior Radio. We're always efforting to bring you news, notes, interviews, and current events for all things military and veteran related. The bumper music for American Warrior Radio is provided by none other than combat veteran and mill hop artist Stephen Hobbs. Thank you, Stephen. With that said, let's kick the tires and light the fires and get this episode off the ground. Hi, everybody. Garren Cohen with American Warrior Radio, and we've got a hard-hitting segment today. John, as our executive producer extraordinaire, board member of AVET Project, you're out there in the community with Real Kingdom Media and EO Tactical. What question do we hear a lot?
Why do I have 200% in conditions, but the VA is only paying 70 or 80? That's
whatever the percentage is. I added up all of the things on my narrative summary from the VA rating decision, and it's like 200%. Why am I only getting 50, 60, 70? Well, there's a very simple reason for it. It's called VA math. So this is VA math made simple. The Schedule for Rating Disabilities, and you know this, was formulated in 1945. Way back then, and it's still working very good today, but they base it on one common principle when it comes to evaluations, and that is remaining function. Okay? So, John, we get asked that a lot. The answer is right here, people. This is Title 38, Code of Federal Regulations. It's all in here. Look at how big that thing is. But look at the page I'm turning to.
But Garren, I don't want the people to get scared, and this is gonna be like the VA math for dummies. Okay. You know that book that people get all kind of stuff, building this for dummies or whatever?
Probably a fortune to be made. VA math for dummies.
Absolutely.
Right there. Well, you're getting it for free. Okay, our favorite word, right? Free.
Yes, sir.
38 CFR Section 4.25, right there it is, Combined Ratings Table. The Vassar D, VA Schedule for Rating Disabilities, has been operating under this principle forever, since 1945. It's based on, if you're, let's say you get a single disability of 50%, so you're 50% disabled. What is your remaining function?
50%.
50%. Okay, so now of that remaining function to the good, so we got 50% to the bad, 50% to the good. What is the remaining function? John
50%.
just said 50%. So we add an additional disability. Maybe you got a knee at 20%. It's not 20% of 100, and so I'm 50 plus 20, now I'm 70. No.
It's going to be the 50% that you're good, now 20% of that.
20% of the remaining
Which should
function.
be what? Only 10.
Exactly. So now we're going to add that 50 and the 10. Now we're at 60. Now our remaining function is 40.
40%.
Okay? Add another disability. Let's say it's a dime, 10%.
Let's bump it up. 50.
Okay? 40%. You're 60% to the bad. That's your rating. And you get an additional disability that's 50% disabling. Is it 50% of 100?
It's 50% of the 40 remaining functional ability in your body.
Which is?
Only 20.
20. So now we're going 60 plus that
80.
Additional disability. We're at 80. Okay, now we have 80% to the bad, 20% to the good. The closer you get to 100%, and this is all by design, and it actually makes sense, don't you think? This is a rudimentary exercise. Take your narrative summary. Hopefully the VA provided you a copy of your code sheet. It attaches to the end of the narrative summary, you know, all the gobbledygook where they give you what you're rated for and what the law says about that and what the examiner said about that, and it gives you a percentage at the end of those. Well, on the back side of that, they should have, and again, American Warrior Radio and my humble person, I can attest that we got this pushed forward through the VA, so they include this code sheet, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you didn't know there was a code sheet, you wouldn't know what to ask for them to copy you on it. Well, now they are supposed to be providing it. I have examples where they haven't, contemporary examples, so it's still not happening 100%, but they should be providing you a copy of that code sheet. Easy peasy. You take it, set it in front of you, dial up your 38 CFR section 4.25, combined ratings table and take your biggest, and that's how they group them on the code sheet. Your most disabling condition is first. Take that, apply it to the schedule. Then go to the next one, apply it to the schedule. Just follow the line across, and you'll see exactly how this whole system, the VA math, works.
Now, Garren, there's a lot of people that are now thinking...
Caltech, one of our great sponsors.
Absolutely, Caltech is great. So there's a lot of people that also ask, okay, so now that I understand the VA math that Garren just explained, now the next question will be, how can I get scheduler 100%?
Let's say you've got a neuropsychiatric disorder, 50%, and it was rated 12 years ago. Have you improved? Has your life and your mind and your ability to perform your activities of daily living and live with your family without exploding, if it's something like a post-traumatic stress disorder situation, has it gotten better? If not, you can ask that it be reevaluated.
And people get scared when there's a CMP exam. People get scared. Sometimes people don't want to touch it again. They were like, I don't want to mess with it. No, you have a condition. You get checked out, and if it got worse, guess what? You will go through the CMP exam again. It is what it is, and you can always appeal. You can always get a higher
Higher level review.
Higher level review.
But before you even go there, what John is telling you to do is don't play it safe. I don't want to upset the apple cart. If you are worse, if you're a psychiatrist or psychologist or primary care...
physical condition too.
Yes, it applies across the board. If you've been prescribed additional medications or you've been ordered to go through some sort of therapy, whether it's physical therapy or mental health therapy, guess what? Somebody in the medical realm has recognized you have a worsening. Okay? If you are on a plane if you look at your rating and it says no future exams, if it says no future exams, they're not going to re-examine you, which is great. But don't think they're going to do a proposal to reduce just because you said you finally woke up and you got a new bottle of meds and go, this has got to be worse than my 50% or my 20% from my knee. Then avail yourself of the opportunity to request an increased evaluation.
Now, realistically speaking, regardless of your faith, back condition, any joint conditions, anything like that, it never gets better.
Nope.
Over time, we get older, conditions get worse over time. That's 100% accurate statement. So I don't want you to think, you've been 10 years with a back condition rated, let's say, a 40. Guess what? I guarantee you that if you get checked out, that condition is not better. So check what you have already. And if you don't have something, you're watching this and maybe you're contemplating, hey, I should claim what I earned and what I've been injured for. I got injured for this or because of this, and I earned this, right? The VA is there for a reason. So do not be afraid of a CMP exam. If you've never done it before, go through the process. If you've done it before, put the fear aside, like he said, and just evaluate. If you got worse, get some kind of new diagnosis and increase
evaluation. The VA is going to handle it like they would have your original claim. They'll order the examination, determine if there is a worsening. If there is, they'll throw it back into the schedule, and hopefully you'll see a bump up in your overall rating, your evaluation score. But keep this in mind, people. Don't fear being reduced. If something were to happen and you need professional counsel, then you can always contact me at AVET Appeals, and we'll do what we can to help you, because there's always recourse until the last note is played. There's always recourse. Listen, VA math made simple, all right? 4.25, take your list of disabilities, apply them against that in the schedule, the Vassar D VA schedule for rating disabilities, 38 Code of Federal Regulations, 38 CFR section 4.25, and it's all going to be making sense to you. So don't get angry that you're 200% and you're only getting paid at 50. Find out why. And you can do that by sharing this episode with others that have the same question, because we get it, like John said, all the time. So hopefully this is helpful to you. If it is, please share it. Okay, that's the whole idea. This YouTube channel is only going to prosper if you help us push this information forward. So until next time, don't forget, thank AVET. Hi everyone, it's Garren with American Warrior Radio. I'm here with my good friend Christian. We're here to deliver a very important message about a crisis in our land.
Suicide prevention, more specifically, veteran suicide prevention.
22 a day are taking their own lives. This must stop. This can't continue. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please know that God has tomorrow planned for you. Don't take your own life. And just remember, suicide is a permanent solution
to a temporary problem.